Yeah, we have a question from Peace Be With You. Hello, Ajin. Building mobile application with frameworks like Flutter and React Native. What do you think about the new challenges it can bring to securing them since they have a single code base for more than one platform? Um, I really like the idea of writing code once and deploying it anywhere. It's generally a great idea, uh, but there are some problems underlying that. I'll come to that. So the main challenges here that I would generally see is that since you have like a new language like Dart in case of Flutter or like JSX in case of React Native, there's also like a need to develop a static analysis rule set, and it might not be like as developed as what we have today with Java, Kotlin, or Swift. So that's like a challenge from like a tool developer point of view. And also like languages like Dart are compiled into native code, which means that it's almost really difficult to reverse engineer that to actual source code and look for insecure patterns in code, which is something that we do for Android applications. So that will make it a little bit difficult if you are working with the binaries and not the source code. But in general, in a way, I'm a little bit less concerned. Reason being that most of these languages, they are like focusing more on the UI aspect of it, and most of the OS level or application level, I would say like high level operations are done using certain APIs which are provided by these frameworks, like some of the OS APIs abstracted via these frameworks, or there are like third-party libraries that does the job for you. So what worries me is the fact that unlike like traditional apps, React Native or Flutter apps, they like at least some of them they depend on a lot of third-party modules which are created by independent developers. So the number of third-party packages in a typical React Native or Flutter app is really high compared to that of a native application. So I kind of like I'm really worried about the security around that code. And also a lot of these are actually pretty new, so I'm not really sure how effective your source code software composition analysis tools or dependency manager is capable of identifying vulnerabilities in third-party code. So there's a lot of third-party code, and apps like these, majority of code comes from third-party SDKs and libraries than the actual code that you write. So that's like a big risk. Like there's a majority of code in the mobile application that's third-party. Who will own the responsibility or the risk that's arising from these third-party libraries? Do you have like the manpower and resource to do security analysis and vet the third-party libraries before using? What can you do about like preventing a possible supply chain attack? Do you have that controls in place today? So my concerns are more around like the third-party libraries that has to be shipped with a lot of these write once deploy anywhere tool.